More than 60,000 people are homeless on the average night. And more than...
Yo, if you actually want one of those shirts, they're the Florida Toll Collector's uniform, actually, and I have a few in XXX Lamau. Wait, why? Anyway, let's watch this.
20,000 hotel rooms lie empty on the average night. See where this might be going?
It's insane. It isn't going to solve the problem.
We think this is one part of the solution. By no means do we think this solves the homelessness crisis. But do hotels have a role to play? Of course they do.
So the union he leads, which reps hotel workers, gathered enough signatures, and Angela...
For the record, Unite Here, isn't that literally, that's the same one that Hugo Soto Martinez was an organizer in, right?
Angelenos will vote on a bill that would force every hotel in town to report vacancies at 2 p.m. every day, then welcome homeless people into those vacant rooms.
They're going to say this will diminish values, diminish the value. First of all, it's a Motel 6. Who the is going to a Motel 6 and going, oh, there's homeless people here? Well, guess I'm not going to be here. What do you mean, dog? Every Motel 6 is already people that literally can't get a home. He's just mad that his clientele no longer will have to pay for it. That's it. That's literally it.
To the left or right is a homeless individual.
What does that mean? That means it's just a person without a home. Like,
Vetted and paid for by...
Oh, yeah. He voluntarily rents out rooms to homeless people already. That's why I fucking called it. He literally is already doing this. He just doesn't want to do it for free.
A local church, but he's against this bill that would make that mandatory.
We barely are surviving, number one. Number two, we have to think of the safety of our staff. And number three, we're not professionally or any otherwise equipped with any of the supporting mechanisms.
This part is correct. So let's be real. There are a lot of homeless people who are already fried. You know what I mean? And I've talked about the tier system of homelessness before. This measure is really good for people who are living in their fucking cars, okay? Who are in the beginning stages of being houseless, okay? But this measure itself is going to be really fucking difficult if you're talking about like someone who's like a tier 3 homeless person where they've already started self-medicating, they've lost all hope of like ever returning to the workforce, and also on top of that, not having shelter for many, many years have legitimately caused an irreparable amount of fucking brain damage. That's a very delicate matter that needs to be dealt with professionals, okay? That know exactly how to communicate with people who are going through episodes.
Services would be provided remains unclear. Also unclear the funding, and hotels would be paid fair market rate.
It's up to the city. I mean, they did it during Project Room Key.
The pandemic-era program now winding down that inspired this bill by placing more than 10,000 people in hotels that volunteered. Sean Bigdelli among them.
Well, first of all, it's a blessing. It's a great room. The technology is not up to par, but, you know, what technologies do you have in a tent?
This bill would also force developers to replace housing demolished to make way for new hotels, and hotel permits would be introduced, as well as making every hotel from a Super 8 to the Biltmore accept homeless people as guests.
Well, then I'm not sure about. I wouldn't want to be in an elevator with some.
Oh, I'm surprised that the president of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association has an anti-homeless take.
Somebody who's clearly having a mental break. The idea that you can intermingle homeless folks with paying normal guests.
Normal.
It just doesn't work out.
I used to volunteer with homeless orgs here in Houston, and you're 100% right. Some homeless are super chill, and some you can tell have gone through it and are either very skittish or aggressive from years out in the streets. Being homeless is a brutal thing that has you constantly on edge. Housing is just a step of many to help these people gain a sense of normalcy. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in Los Angeles, but like I interact with homeless people every day, like literally, which is probably unheard of for so many people. Like, I assume, but living in West Hollywood, yeah, I interact with homeless people every fucking day, like multiple times a day. Anyone that lives in a big city probably also has this exact same experience. Some of those experiences are looking the other way as they fucking quietly jerk off, okay? And hoping that, that person can eventually get the help that they need. And other experiences are playing basketball with them. You know what I mean? That dude needs way more help than just like jerking off in a hotel room. Immediately putting him in a hotel room, is better. Now he can jerk off in the comfort of a hotel room. He can take a shower and stuff.